Care facilities not only prevent diseases but also promote social justice, says PM Modi. External Affairs Minister Jai Shankar discusses global impact of Ukraine conflict with UN Secretary General. Today is Good Friday. PM Modi says Jesus Christ's ideals of service and brotherhood are guiding light for several people. Rongali Bihu festivity grips Assam. And 165 tall Indian national flag to be installed at INA headquarter complex at Moirang in Manipur. A very good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ajanta Chaudhary bringing to you the stories in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today dedicated KK Patil Super Speciality Hospital in Bhuj to the nation through video conferencing. Speaking on the occasion, he said this hospital will make good quality healthcare accessible to people at affordable price. It will ensure best treatment for the families of soldiers and people of trading community. He said better healthcare facilities are not limited to prevention of disease, but they also promote social justice. PM Modi said availability of affordable and best medical care to poor reinforces his trust in the system. The Prime Minister said under Ayushman Bharat Yojana and Jan Aushadhi Yojana, poor and middle-class families are saving crores of rupees on their treatment.
बेहतर स्वास्थ्य सुविधाएं सिर्फ बीमारी के इलाज तक ही सीमित नहीं होती, ये सामाजिक न्याय को प्रोत्साहित करती हैं, प्रतिष्ठित करती है। जब किसी गरीब को सस्ता और उत्तम इलाज सुलभ होता है तो उसका
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar held a wide-ranging discussion with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres yesterday. In a tweet, the minister said that he exchanged views on the global impact of the Ukraine conflict, especially on food and energy security. Dr. Jaishankar said implications of the conflict are serious for developing countries. The External Affairs Minister also spoke with the Secretary General about latest development in respect of Afghanistan and Myanmar. He appreciated Guterres' interest in working with India to effectively address important contemporary challenges. Dr. Jaishankar is on a 6-day visit to US from 10th of this month. Today is Good Friday. It is observed to commemorate the day of the crucifixion of Jesus. On this day, Jesus Christ sacrificed his life out of love for everyone and while suffering for the sins of humanity. On the occasion of Good Friday, people wish one another strength and happiness. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today remembered the courage and sacrifices of Jesus Christ on Good Friday. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, Jesus' ideals of service and brotherhood are the guiding light for several people. In Mizoram, after weeks-long preparations, churches here observed Good Friday in all parts of Christian-dominated Mizoram to commemorate the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Today marks the first observation of the day after a pause due to the pandemic. In 2020, due to lockdown, the day was observed closed doors, and in 2021, even though church services were organized, there was no singing nor processions held due to restrictions imposed by COVID-19. This year, since all restrictions reduced, the day commemorated with much religious fervor and enthusiasm. Special church services are held in churches of different Christian denominations, with sermons delivered with selected themes. In Assam, the Rongali Bihu festivities have gripped the state. Today is the second day of Rongali Bihu festival and also marked the beginning of the new Assamese year. The second day of Rongali Bihu, known as Manu Bihu, is celebrated across the state with great joy and fervor. Heavy rains in many places of the state have failed to dampen the Bihu spirit. On the first day of the new Assamese year, people visited temples in their respective localities. It is believed that the festival of Rongali Bihu came into existence when the Assamese people started tilling the lands for the purpose of their subsistence. Poila Baishakh or Bengali New Year is celebrated with much splendor among Bengali communities spread in the country. In Tripura, Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb performed puja at Lakshmi Narayan Bari in Agartala today. In a tweet, the Chief Minister said, on the first day of the Bengali New Year, he prayed for well-being of people of the state. Minister of State for External Affairs and Culture, Meenakshi Lekhi, today visited Hailakandi district of Assam and took stock of implementation of different welfare schemes of Government of India in the district. Top officials of the district administration briefed Lekhi about implementation of centrally sponsored schemes in the district. The Minister of State for External Affairs and Culture also briefed media and said that during the Modi regime in the country, development activities have been spurred in every nook and corner of the country.
प्रधानमंत्री जी की योजनाबद्ध तरीके से हैलाकांडी क्योंकि एक बॉर्डर डिस्ट्रिक्ट है और एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट है। आज़ादी के 75 वर्ष पूरे होने को आए, लेकिन जो विकास की लहर, विकास का लाभ सबको मिलना चाहिए था, यहाँ उस स्पीड से नहीं मिल रहा था और वो काम 2014 में।
Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma today took part in Bhumi Puja for construction of a 1.4 kilometer long 4-lane flyover along with a 2-lane extended arm on Lamding Dimapur Road at Diffu in Karbi Anglong district of the state. In a tweet, the Chief Minister said, besides easing traffic in Diffu town, the Rs 243 crore project will set a new milestone in state's infrastructure growth. Chief Executive Member of Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, Tuliram Ronghang, Deputy Speaker of Assam Legislative Assembly, Dr. Numol Momin, Diffu Lok Sabha MP Horen Singh Bey were also present on the occasion. Chief Minister of Manipur N. Biren Singh said that a 165 feet tall Indian national flag, the highest in the northeast region, would be installed at the Indian National Army INA headquarter complex at Moirang of Manipur. Speaking at the 78th anniversary of Flag Hoisting Day yesterday at INA Martyrs Memorial Complex, Moirang, Biren said that the pole for 165 feet tall Indian national flag had already been erected and the Union Home Minister will visit the state and unfurl the Indian national flag as part of the state government's 100 days action plans. On 14th April 1944, Lieutenant Colonel Shaukat Ali of Indian National Army, INA, hoisted the tricolour flag of Free India under the guidance of INA Supreme Commander Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose for the first time on Indian soil. In Manipur, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh today inaugurated the Block Health Mela and Telemedicine at Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centre at N. Tomcho Public Ground, Mayang, Imphal, as part of the 100 days action plan of the new government. N. Biren Singh, immediately after assuming the charge of Chief Ministership for second time, had declared a 100 days action plan of his government. The state has been witnessing spurs of development activities in recent times during the regime of N. Biren Singh. In Arunachal Pradesh, the integrated HMIS Hospital Management Information System and telemedicine for Naharlagun-based Tomo Riba Institute of Health Medical Science TRIHMS was launched by State Health Minister Alo Libang today in the presence of Itanagar MLA Techi Kaso, National Health Mission NHM, MD CR Kampa and other health officials. TRI-HMS is the largest hospital and medical college of Arunachal Pradesh. While launching the integrated HMIS, Health Minister Mr. Libang said that the facility aims to record all medical reports electronically and to establish telemedicine network in the entire state. He said that the central government has set the target of November 2022 to implement HMIS across the country. The road leading to Lower Subansiri, Kurunkume and KRA Dadi districts of Arunachal Pradesh was affected due to landslides today near the Famopur Potin viewpoint, located about 55 kilometers from state capital Itanagar. According to eyewitnesses, hundreds of vehicles were stuck on both sides of the road connecting Lower Subansiri and Itanagar due to landslides triggered by heavy rains lashing the state for the past several days. However, the district administration has started efforts to clear the debris of the landslide from the road and restore traffic smoothly. The Meghalaya and Greater Shillong Progressive Hawkers and Street Vendors Association today met with the Chief Secretary, Rebecca Suchiang, to submit and discuss modalities of implementation of the central law on hawking and street vending. The meeting was in light of the recent stand taken by the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Housing and Urban Affairs on the subject implementation of Street Vendors, Protection of Livelihood and Regulation of Street Vending Act 2014. The Parliamentary Standing Committee found that the provisions of Meghalaya's state law on hawking was repugnant to the Central Act and recommended that the Meghalaya government should notify the rules for the Central Act at the earliest. Now some sports news. In IPL cricket, Sunrisers Hyderabad will take on Kolkata Knight Riders at Brabourne Stadium in Mumbai at 7:30 p.m. this evening. Sunrisers Hyderabad is placed at 8th position in the points table, while Kolkata Knight Riders is placed at 2nd spot behind table toppers Gujarat Titans. Last night, Gujarat Titans defeated Rajasthan Royals by 37 runs at D.Y. Patil Stadium in Mumbai. Chasing the target of 193 runs, Rajasthan was restricted to 155 for 9 in the stipulated 20 overs. Debutants Gujarat Titans' fourth victory in 5 matches has taken them to the top of the table. For more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. And finally, to end the news, the main points once again. Better healthcare facilities not only prevent diseases but also promote social justice, says Prime Minister Modi. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar discusses global impact of Ukraine conflict with UN Secretary General. Today is Good Friday. Prime Minister Modi says Jesus Christ's ideals of service, brotherhood are guiding light for several people. Rongali Bihu festivity grips Assam. And 165-tall Indian national flag to be installed at INA headquarter complex at Moirang in Manipur. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.